are continuing, or spoilers ahead for episode 43, 44, and everything that has come before. 43 and 44, right and wrong, part 2 and part 3. So we were picking up where we left off in the last episode, but we get like a little kind of clip of Nobora pretty much saying she doesn't want to leave the sorceress to die, and this is after um Nanami leaves her and the other sorcerer behind. And so, but Nobora's like, nah, bro, I'm cool. I'm gonna go ahead and fight. I'm in this. And then we cut over to Yuji, who's still fighting Mahito, and they're going hand to hand, all the way. And then we cut all the way back to Nobora, who's now presently fighting the clone of Mahito on the street and everything like that. And as they're fighting, Mahito's pretty much like, yeah, your technique's not going to work on me. But Nobora's like, yeah, well, you can't give up just because something didn't work the first time. And then she's like, oh, yeah, by the way, I developed a technique to fight specifically against you. And then Mahito's like, oh, snap, it actually worked on me. It actually worked on him. And then he was like, you know what? Bye. And then he runs off. And then Nobora gives chase. And after that, we cut to the original who's fighting Yuji. And for whatever reason, the original splits into like 7 small clones or 5 small clones and then runs away also. And Yuji gives chase to him. The 2 clones meet, or the 2 doubles meet in the subway entrance type of thing. And they switch places. And Yuji sees Nobora and Nobora sees Yuji. And then they say each other's names. And then Mahito touches Nobora's face, like full on face palm. Like there's no denying that contact there, buddy. And with that, we get a flashback to Nobora growing up like as a kid and everything like that, and you know her being low key kind of weird, but she makes a friend who low key matches her energy, her weird nature and whatnot, and we just see how I guess she didn't really think life was like the best or like worth living or something like that. And then we see this all the way up until, you know, they have to go their separate ways. Nomura gets on the train to leave and her friend stays behind. And then Nomura kind of like feels alone or she misses her friend. And, you know, life kind of takes a dip and it just seems the same. But with that, we cut back to the present day and she pretty much just tells Yuji, yo, tell everybody that life wasn't so bad. And then she blows up. And so no, she transforms. Her face just kind of goes funny and then she dies. But this is in front of Yuji, who literally just watched Nanami. Well, he actually did blow up, but he just watched Nanami blow up. So this guy is stuck. But with that, that is the end of this episode. What did you think about this episode?
So I thought it was interesting how they had Nobara first kind of say that she wanted to go back in after she takes the observer out and gets her outside of the area. She goes back in, and then her whole fight with Mahito and kind of figuring out things. I like the use of her powers and then her slowly realizing what's going on with Mahito. And then the cut back to Yuji also kind of figuring it out because she pulls off one of her moves and staggers him right as he needs it. And then he starts unloading on Mahito. And that's why Mahito starts splitting up. But then, of course, Mahito like figures it out, swaps the 2. And then you're just like, oh no, she's not gonna realize it. Like, I did forget that happened. But yeah, her like taking it to the head, I was like, oh no. And then the sudden cut back, and then we go through her little growing up phase where she meets both of her friends. I forget their names.
Yeah.
And then the older one moving away after getting kind of cast out by the village, and then her eventually moving to Tokyo and leaving the other one still in the village and being like, okay, you got to get out of here because these people are crazy. All of that was really touching. And then the cutback, it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
that's like the call that, because they don't show what happens. It's like, okay, did she manage to like block it somehow? Because Nanami took 3 turns, and it's like, okay, how is she gonna handle it? And then it's like, no. She gives her last little speech, and then it's like she's done.
Yeah.
And then just seeing the effect on Yuji was just like, oh man.
Yeah. We don't have the original trio no more, man.
Yep.
That one, I gotta lie, that would hit hard for me. I say no, not anymore. Buddy, why her?
Yeah.
Take Maki. No, I'm joking. Don't take Maki. I like Maki.
Shoot, Nanami was like the man. I mean, pretty much all of them. They've done a good job building everybody up, and it's like, man, these guys are brutal. They're taking everybody out left and right. It's like, is this the end? Is that how this is just going to end with the curses winning? It seems like
right.
At this point.
Cue the Adele song.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's like good run. I guess
GG's.
humans had it for a little bit.
If you even want to call it that.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. All I gotta say, like, my main takeaways for this one is just Nabor. Just that just hit hard. That's the one thing I remembered from this season. Like, hands down, I couldn't forget it. I said no. It was so sudden. I was like, what? Didn't even get a chance to like really like fight in the duo type of thing, and it just, man, Mahito's dirty, bro.
Yeah, he's dirty. I mean, she did throw down though. I mean, granted, Mahito wasn't like at full power, but still,
yeah,
her being able to figure out what would work and then start pulling those moves off was pretty impressive.
Yeah. I just say she shouldn't have chased, man. She should not have given chase. She should have just left. Like if she figured out that there's a clone, because she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna chase him, finish off this double, and then keep going to meet Yuji or something like that." I was like, "No," I said, "No, you just realized it's a double. It's weaker. Don't go. You're struggling against the double. Have some common sense."
Hey.
Did they teach you nothing? So, unfortunately, but
yeah, rough episode.
It was. Our man Yuji is pretty floored, and he is stuck.